It has been 1 month since I left everything behind for London. I gave up my apartment, I quit my job, and I left behind the place that I called home for 23 years, Toronto, for this big new adventure here in London. And though it has been, exciting moving across the pond, starting life again, a fresh chapter, it's also been like a little emotional at times, a little discombobulating, disorienting, and certainly has had its challenges. So I thought in today's video I would share with you what things have been like being here for 1 month, the highs, the surprises, and yes, of course, the challenges. But before we get started, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Marie, and I am in my 50s, and I will be now chatting about, because this channel has been ever evolving, I will be chatting about, life in London and the trials, tribulations, and the adventure, new chapter of starting a new life in midlife. The first 10 days of my time in the UK, I actually didn't really do a whole lot. I got here and I had been exhausted from the month of September, because it was all about packing, prepping, working, catching up with friends to say goodbye, selling stuff. It was a lot going on in the month of September. So really all I wanted to do when I got here was just to decompress, to chill, to relax, and kind of like sort of get myself sorted out a little bit. So I did go into central London, um, a few times to grab a couple of things. But as far as the wins, the highs, I would have to say my first major high, big high for the month was being able to book, I would say, like a last minute trip to Italy for 10 days. I booked 3 flights on a Monday, I booked 4 accommodations the next day, and then a few days later, I was gone for 10 days. So that was like the biggest victory. It was a birthday gift to myself. And honestly, one of the main reasons that I moved to the UK was to be able to travel more, because it's just so much more easy and affordable to travel from like London, or even if you're living within Europe. I could never do this like from Toronto, just like get up and go and, you know, go to Europe like within 7 days. I mean, unless of course unless you're balling and you got it like that. But I was just so grateful to be able to do that. And also trying to get out of the mentality of like having to rush and remember that you're only like a 2 or 3 hour plane ride away from Europe to like, wherever you want to go. Like, the further south you go, obviously it's going to be a bit longer, but knowing that, next weekend, if I want to go somewhere, I probably can for like, next to nothing. So that has definitely been a big high, and I'm grateful that I was able to accomplish that so quickly. Now, when it comes to the adjustments, probably one of the big ones is the living situation. Now, I will say that I'm staying with family and I am grateful. Do not get me wrong. I am grateful to be staying with family and not have to pay rent, because in London, rental prices be crazy, y'all. I don't know why they are as high as they are. People used to say like Toronto was expensive. No, girl. It's a whole other, like in the stratosphere over here practically. And I know you might be thinking, girl, why would you move over there when you know the prices are like that? But, it was my choice and it's what I wanted to do. So we're rolling with it, going with the flow. But I think the main thing is just getting used to living with people again. I lived in a studio apartment by myself for 5 years and it was great. You get to do whatever you want in your own space. You get to decorate it however you want, have over whoever you want, when you want. Like, it's your domain. You get to do whatever you want. So it is getting used to, again, living with people, learning to respect the space, yet somehow making myself feel comfortable um, within the space. I do have my own room, which is great, but it is my room and other things in the room that are not mine. So it's an adjustment, and I just keep telling myself, like, be grateful, and it is temporary. Now, we don't know how long temporary is, but it is temporary. So, we just do what we can and we make it work. The next thing that I would say was a little, we're still adjusting, is the whole like food thing, the whole nutrition thing. Because if you know me, you know that I'm all about clean eating, healthy, low tox, no tox, like most of the time. Not all of the time, but most of the time. And so moving here, it's been a bit of a challenge because back in Toronto, I was used to going to certain shops for certain things by certain brands. Like if I needed something, I knew where to go and I could get it when I needed it. Here, it's trying to now find the equivalents or something comparable to the things that I used to use, eat, buy back in Toronto because all the brands are different pretty much. So, and I don't know these brands. So, this is a whole adventure and adjustment on its own, a lot of research. I have found like a couple of health food stores, Holland and Barrett. I mean, they're close by and they have a few things. They're not bad, but they're no Healthy Planet by any means. And then there's another place called Planet Organic, which I've been to. And I think I was just trying to find specific things, so I didn't actually really browse the entire store. So we're going to have to go back and check that out. And of course, here they do have Whole Foods as well. So again, the brands are a little different, but I'm able to pick up some things that I've really been looking for that I haven't been able to find anywhere else. So the food thing has definitely been an adjustment and will continue to be a journey to find the things that I need to make me feel like just to keep up with my nutrition, basically, because that definitely has been a challenge. And then probably the last thing that I would say, which is a surprise actually, but in a good way, is getting around London. Now, London is huge. They have, I don't know how many like tube lines, subway lines, overground, underground, buses. And it's actually pretty easy to get around. I use an app called City Mapper, and it basically, all you have to do is plug in, like, even if it's like, I want to go to like Whole Foods as an example, it'll list all the Whole Foods. You pick the one that you want. It'll give you, I don't know, 3 or 4 options on how to get there. It'll tell you the fare of each option. It will tell you when you select your option, it'll tell you which subway car is the best one to be on. So it's a really good app. And yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself for being able to navigate myself around this huge city and, all the subways. I mean, I do find though that there is a lot of walking underground when you have to transfer lines. Um, but still, the signage is really good, and I really haven't had any problems since I've been here. I will, however, say the one con about their transit system is the price. It's a little bit pricey. They don't have the same like 90-minute transfer thing that you could do on one fare. I think it's like maybe 1 hour, but it can take you sometimes a bit of time to get to one place. So like it doesn't really apply. Like you just really don't benefit from it. So that's the only thing that I would say would be a downside to their transit system. But other than that, yeah, it's surprisingly easy to get around London conveniently. So yeah, that is what settling in my first month has been like. So after I got back from my trip, I, continued to get myself settled in, and that included a little bit of like exploring the city. I've also been to central London, which is usually the place that I would always spend a lot of my time when I would come and visit. It's kind of like the heart of the city to me, Oxford Circus, Regent Street. You have all your major retailers there. They have M&S or Marks and Spencer's, and their food hall is like the jam. Like that's one of the first places I go. Like I'm usually always in there. It's just such a great place to get gourmet food, fresh fruit, produce, takeaway food. Like, yeah, just the way it's all set up in there. Yeah, love it, love it, love it. Um, I've also been to the Kensington, Kensington High Street area. They have the flagship Whole Foods there, so I wanted to check that out, which I did. Found a few things there and had a little bite to eat. The area is great. It's a little bit more posh, but again, they have all your like regular retailers there as well. So just venturing out. I think I also went to the not Royal Albert and Victoria Museum. Victoria and Albert Museum. I met up with a friend there. We had lunch there, and then we just wandered through quickly and checked it out. And the great thing about London is their museums are free. So even though I've never really been a big museum person, I mean, knowing that they're free, yeah, I probably will check a lot more of them out. So it's going to take me months to get reacquainted with London and just check out some areas that I haven't been to yet. Haven't been back down to Camden Market. Like to go back down to Portobello Market, Covent Garden. Yeah, all the places, Chinatown, like everything. It's a huge city. It's vibrant. There's lots going on. Looking forward to Christmas here because I've heard they've got a really great Christmas market and the Brits really love Christmas. So yeah, we're just going to push myself to get out and about and just keep checking out different neighborhoods, parks, and finding, some local haunts that I will make my own, kind of place that like a regular spot where I can hang out and just chill. So as I look back on, the first month here, I mean, yes, I was gone for like 10 days of it. Do I regret my move? Some might say it's a little too early to say that, but I don't think so. Even though it was stressful leading up to the move, and even though, I'm like not in my own space as of yet, I'm not even employed as of yet, but I still think it was like a good move. And I'm just looking forward to, how things are going to unfold, new people I'm going to meet, opportunities that might come my way. So yeah, no regrets at all. And honestly, like if you're still like thinking of making a move, you can do it. Doesn't matter how old you are never too late. You are never too old, and it's never too late to, make a major life change or a major move. Obviously it takes planning. And I started planning mine probably, like a year in advance, but it can be done. And honestly, it will stretch you. It will push you out of your comfort zone. It will give you confidence and make you realize that, you are a lot stronger than you think. You can do it, as scary as it is. As they say, feel the fear and do it anyway, because you just never know what's on the other side of that move. So I hope that that little bit there encourages you. If you are feeling stuck and you know that you need a change, you'll probably hear me say that going forward, like, a few more times. But honestly, like I'm in midlife, and I never thought like at nearly 60 that I would just pack up and move thousands of miles away from a place that was home for like nearly 25 years. So if I can do it, you can do it, get out and live your life. So this brings me to the end of this video about my first month in London, even though I was gone for 10 days, but it still counts. There was definitely, a little bit of an adventure and a whole lot of adjusting. But I want to hear from you. Would you be willing to take the leap? Would you pack up shop, close up shop, move to a new city or a new country, start a new life, start fresh, new beginning, new chapter? drop a comment, let me know. This inquiring mind would love to know. And as usual, and of course, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one as I continue on this journey of starting over in midlife and building a life that feels more aligned with my soul. Ciao for now.